Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to you Akhman Akhwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This lesson is titled, Why Do Good Things, why do bad things happen to good people? Alright, and good is in parentheses. Alright, so when these worldly people think about the things that's going on in society, alright, they might see someone die, or a child pass away, or so on and so forth, alright, or terrible things happen, alright, that we would call judgment. Alright, these people have this saying that goes, why do good things happen, or why do bad things happen to good people? Slakia, they say, why do bad things happen to good people? Okay, now in this truth we have what is called chastisement. All right, trials and tribulations that we'll go through. All right, and that's something different than this topic. I believe we've touched on that recently. All right, but this is specifically speaking of worldly people without understanding. All right, when their family member happens to pass away, or someone gets murdered violently, or ran over by a car, or multiple different ways. All right, you see anything on the news recently. What invoked this was it was an article. Let me see if I can find it. It was an article from. Let me see. Yeah, it was from CNN, I believe. No, it wasn't from CNN, but it's the same story. It's this guy Tanner Horner. All right, I can look him up on here. If you look up Tanner Horner, all right, this situation, all right, which says affidavit: FedEx driver strangled Athena Strand, 7, all right, 7-year-old girl, after accidentally running her over. All right, so he said the FedEx driver is accused of abducting and killing a 7-year-old girl last week in Texas. Told authorities that he strangled her after accidentally hitting her with a van while making delivery at her home. All right, so as people would say, why do bad things happen to good people? All right, well, neither of these people in this situation would be considered good people. All right, and I know you're seeing a childlike face there, and you're saying, well, that's vile. But if you know anything about the Bible, all right, you would be able to deduce this. All right, but you don't, so you can't. Okay, you can't understand it. All right, Christianity has left you high and dry. You don't understand a thing. Your reverends, your pastors, all right, your whatever you want to call them, that stands up there on your church podium, has not told you, all right, because they took the payoff, they took the bag, all right, so they don't want to tell you anything, all right. So here you are, not understanding, not a single thing. You don't understand what's going on, still believing in white Jesus, not even understanding a damn thing, all right, and your mind's all fucked up, all right, because these churches aren't teaching you anything other than how to jump around and clap your hands and swing and eat fucking food, all right. That's all they're teaching you. You haven't learned a single thing, all right, not biblically at least. All right, and 99% of the time, these places aren't even reading out of the Bible. All right, they're not even picking up a Bible in the first place, like you. Okay, so how are you gonna learn? That's like going to a place. Well, would you go to a college place that's teaching I don't know, The Catcher in the Rye? Well, there's not gonna be a college class dedicated to it, but would you go to a class dedicated to the Catcher in the Rye, and then you'd never read it? All right, they never pulled it out, not once. All right, they indirectly quote maybe like 2 or 3 words from the book, and then the rest is just going off of how they feel. No, you wouldn't. All right, no, why? Because you wouldn't be knowing what was going on. All right, if you would have passed that in as a book assignment in school, man, they would have failed you. All right, but here they are. All right, they go to these college classes for religious studies. Okay. And they come out not knowing anything, and then they teach a bunch of other people that don't know anything. All right, hence the scripture: the blind lead the blind. If the blind lead the blind, they should both fall into a ditch. All right, that's what's happening. Okay, so that's why you don't understand. So first, before you even get into this, all right, get out of your feelings. Okay, And if you can't get out of your feelings, if you're an Edomite, all right, a so-called white person, all right, or well as any of these other heathen nations, or even, a Jake, all right, a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American that's just in their feelings, you're not going to get it, all right? It's only going to be given to those who have the understanding. So we're going to start off with Job 4 and 7 through 8, and it reads, and here we go. This is the first example. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, all right? Because that's one of the things that you always hear is they were innocent. They were an innocent person. They were an innocent little girl. They were an innocent little boy. They were an innocent man. He was an innocent person. She was innocent. He was 20 and he was innocent. He was 30 and he was innocent. He never did a bad thing in his life. He was 45 years old, never did a bad thing in his life. These people were not innocent, all right? These people are not innocent. So that saying, so why do bad things happen to good people? Well, in this truth, when you have things such as chastisement, but when it's death like that, all right, that's judgment. All right, that's judgment for the Lord. All right, and judgment of the Lord does not happen to good people. All right, it happens to people that are not innocent. All right, it doesn't happen to the innocent. It happens to the uninnocent. All right, bad people. Okay, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? They weren't. It says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. All right, so if you're plowing iniquity and sowing wickedness, all right, and you should know what plow and sow means. Those are farming terms. If you look at sow, what does it mean? To plant seed. That's scattering across the earth. All right, so if you're scattering wickedness, and what? They're not scattering wickedness. Yeah, if you're telling everybody it's okay to be a Mo, all right, to be part of the alphabet soup crew, all right, or that you can go and get an abortion, guess what? You're sowing wickedness. All right, you're plowing iniquity. All right. If you're saying, oh, this is okay, when it's not, if you're saying anything that's, if it's not directly related to this Bible, all right, if it's not for this Bible, it's against it, all right? Well, he didn't believe in God, but he was never a terrible person. If he didn't believe in God, he was a terrible person, all right? If he believed in Allah, Buddha, all right, Jesus Christ, all right, I don't even know the other ones. All right, Shiva, all right, any of those, guess what? They were a terrible person, all right? Those are false gods. They were terrible people, all right? There you go. There's nothing wrong. Yes, there was something wrong with them. The Lord, our power, all right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, found something wrong with it, all right, and put them to death, all right? Found something wrong with it and put them to death, all right? There's multiple reasons. Oh, these people were good people. No, they weren't, all right? These are people that were Moes, and they were into, the feminists, and, no, these people weren't good people, man. It's simple. Even as I have seen, Job 4 and 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. What does it say? It says, in verse 9, it says, by the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. So, hey, what about you Christians? The Satan's killing everyone, right? Where does it say that? Where does it say that Satan kills? All right? Where does it say that? Can you link me somewhere where it says Satan kill? Because Satan is under command of Yahweh, okay? Which is the Lord, the one you ignorantly call God, okay? So the Most High is controlling demons and Satan, all right, and spiritual demon Satan, all right, because really the devil, all right, is you white people, all right, the wicked. You are the wicked, all right, but spiritual demon Satan, all right, like the one that messed with Job, all right, who did he have to ask to do that? Did he just mess with Job? No, he had to go through the Lord. Further proving that everything comes from the Lord. All right, you Christians say you claim to love God and that He's so much to you and He's ever powerful, but then you cut down on His omnipotence. All right, you cut down on what He can do. All right, He's all powerful, but He can't do that. All right, He's all powerful, but no, Satan pulled a fast one on Him. He's all powerful, but he didn't see what was going on in this back rooms. He didn't see that Satan was really murdering someone back there. He would have stopped it. Jesus Christ would have stopped it. No. That's that type of bullshit, crazy, kooky, fucked up shit that you learn in your church. All right? It ain't like that. All right? It ain't like that. By the blast of who? Does it say Satan? No, it says by the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. Okay? So the Lord is doing these things. That little 7-year-old that got put to death, the Lord did it. It wasn't Satan. Satan didn't pull a fast one. Do you think the Lord's some type of putz? All right? Is that what you think? All right, because I'm convinced that you Christians think the Lord doesn't have any power. All right, think he's some type of putz, that he was born yesterday. All right, I'm convinced that that's what you think. All right, because the Lord does this, but he can't do that. He can't do this. Satan got one over on him. Oh, the angels rebelled. They're a fallen. You think the Lord's gonna allow an angel to rebel on him? All right, and if an angel was to rebel, guess what? Guess who allowed it? Guess who allowed it? The Lord. guess who allowed it? The Lord. If someone did something, guess who allowed it? The Lord. If someone didn't do something, guess who didn't allow it? The Lord. If you woke up that day, that's the Lord. If you died that day, that's the Lord. If you ate, that's the Lord. If you didn't eat, that's the Lord. Everything comes from the Lord. And these Christians talk, well, Satan does some things. He's the one killing, and he's killing baby. No, this all comes from the Lord. All right, but you want to have a happy-go-lucky God that you invented, Jesus Christ, that he goes around hugging people and shaking hands. Nice to meet you, I'm Jesus Christ. Nice to meet you, I'm Jesus Christ. Shaking hands and holding and cuddling lambs with his blonde hair and blue eyes. You've painted a different picture of the Lord. He doesn't ever kill, all right? What do they say? God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Not all the time he's not, all right? Sometimes he can be very, very terrible, all right? It's biblical, all right? If you read the Bible, you would understand. Well, no, you wouldn't, actually, because most of you are Edomites, so you wouldn't understand anyway. But if you had the grace of knowledge from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you would understand. But you don't, so you don't, okay? Let's continue on, all right? This Satan kills everyone. This shit's washed up, all right? It's washed up, okay? It's washed up. The Jesus Christ shit, it's washed up, okay? If you're still hanging on to Jesus Christ and Satan's the one who killed, man, you're fucking done. You're through, all right? Throw you in the trash compactor. You ain't got a chance, all right? Because a lot of time your mind's so fucked up in that Christianity, whether you're an Edomite or a Jake, all right? That Christian church has fucked you up so much, all right? You Edomites, you're fucked up anyway, but you Jakes, a lot of you are fucked up. You got that that white Jesus spirit on you, all right? All fucked up in the head, not understanding. All right, so continuing on, Matthew 12 and 30, as we mentioned. All right, these people are like, oh, well, he was just 7 years old. He was innocent. All right, well, guess what? No, they weren't, because there's a thing such called reincarnation, and we're not talking about this Hindu bullshit reincarnation. You can come back as a lamb. You can come back as a cow. No, you cannot. You cannot fucking come back as a cow. That's confusion, and the Most High is not the author of confusion. Okay, you fucking people, man. Fucking people are dumb, all right? Dumb as all hell, okay? And here, you want to know? Oh, we didn't grab any reincarnation scriptures, but I'll grab one. Here we go. This would not have made sense, all right, unless reincarnation was a concept, okay? Let's say that again. The scriptures we were reading right now would not have made sense unless reincarnation is a concept, all right? And we know that everything in the Bible does make sense. So what does that mean? Reincarnation is a concept, and we can prove it right here. We can prove it, all right? Because we know the Lord, everything in the Bible makes sense if you have the ability to understand it, all right? And like I said, once again, if reincarnation wasn't a concept, this wouldn't add up. All right, this is just one scripture of many, mind you, of many that can be used to prove reincarnation is biblical. It says, let's see, down here, let's see. Is this the one? Let's see. Yeah, here we are. All right, check this out. It says, when Yahushua, not Jesus, all right, because there's no J's in Hebrews. Another reason why if you're stuck up on that Jesus shit, all right, you're out. All right, there ain't even no J's in Hebrews. All right, and he was Hebrew, was he not? All right, was he not? Okay, wouldn't he have a Hebrew name? All right. Jeez, man. When Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" All right, so Yahushua asked his disciples, saying, "Who are people saying that I am?" Okay. It says in verse 14, and they said, some say thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. Or one of the prophets. Why was this said? Why was this said? Huh? Why was it said? If reincarnation was not a concept, why would that have been said? All right, and the other thing is we know we always come back in the same lot, all right? That's why all these people were prophets. That's why they all named prophets. Why? Because Yahushua was a prophet. Okay? Probably blew up your little Christian brain just right there. He said unto them, but who say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the anointed, the Son of the living power. And, continue on. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. You're saying, well, see, it was revealed unto him. It shows you that reincarnation was a concept. Here, we'll grab another one. All right. Now, I'm going to show you something. Let's see. Now, we'll leave it at that. All right, but here, let's grab Numbers 14 and 18. Check this out. It says, The Lord is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving the iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the generation, iniquity of the fathers, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Now, why is that? All right, you're not going to be killed for something your father did. All right, so what does this mean? All right, if your father's doing something wicked and you don't know about it, you're not going to be put to death for that. So why does it say that he's going to visit the iniquity of the fathers upon the children of the third and fourth generation? Why? Because we come back every third and fourth generation in the same spirit. All right, and we always come back in the same lot. We're always male if we're male. We're always female if we're female. We're always a prophet if we're a prophet. We're always wicked if we're wicked. All right, that's how it works. All right, if you're a God hater now, you're a God hater then. You're the same one saying crucify him, crucify him. All right, if you're always following after the Lord now, hey, you were following the Lord in your past lives as well. So there's, and if you're not gonna get it, hey, you're not gonna get it. We're not gonna sit here and bash it over your head. If you can't understand the concept of reincarnation and know that it's biblical, move on. All right, this isn't recessed learning. We're not gonna fucking deal with we're not gonna deal with special ed. This isn't special ed here. All right, get the fuck out of class. All right, we're not gonna deal with you. Matthew 12 and 30. Well, he's being mean. Well, so what? Leave. All right, this isn't for you then. All right, you either take it in the raw or you don't take it at all. All right, Matthew 12 and 30. So all those people that are like, he was innocent. No, he was not. All right, she was innocent. She was just 7. She was not innocent. All right, no. All right, and these people of the world, these people, innocent isn't even a term with them. All right, let's look up the definition of innocent. What's the definition of innocent?
Innocent.
Not guilty of a crime or offense. None of these people are not guilty. All right, all of these people have sinned and done wickedness. All right, whether they're an Israelite and they're sinning, or they're just doing wickedness in general as another nation. All right, they're guilty. All right, they are guilty. All right, there you go. So these people aren't innocent. All right, he was innocent. He practiced fucking witchcraft at his house. What do you mean he was innocent? Well, he heard about the Hebrew Israelites and stuff. He said, he wasn't a part of that, but he was always a good person. He always fed the poor and gave to the homeless, and he was a wonderful brother and an excellent son. No, Matthew 12 and 30. He that is not with me is against me. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. He that is not with me is against me. He that is not with me is against me. You got that? If you're not with the Lord, you're against the Lord. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay? And so no, he never pursued anything like that, but he was innocent. No, he was not. All right? He's guilty of an offense. All right? He is guilty. 2nd Esdras 15 and 25 through 27. It reads, all right, here we go. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sinneth against him. Well, not sinneth, but sin against him. And therefore, what does he do? And therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Wait, that didn't say Satan. Who did that say? For the Lord? The Lord's doing it? Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, I bet you Christians didn't know that. For the Lord knoweth all them that sinneth against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. It didn't say Satan or Baal or this person or that person. It said the Lord knows all that sin against him, and he delivers them into death and destruction. Okay, he's the one that's doing it. All right, prosperity, adversity, life and death, prosperity, adversity, life and death. Riches and roughly paraphrase. Do we have that? Let's see. We don't have it, but we can grab it real quick. Here we go. Boom. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 14. Well, that's not in the Bible. Yes, it was in the Bible before you took it out. All right, it was in the Bible before you took it out. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. Okay, so if you're prospering, it came from the Lord. All right, if you're going through adversity, it came from the Lord. All right, if you're alive, it came from the Lord. If you died, it's from the Lord. If you're rich, it's come from the Lord. All right, if you're poor, it's from the Lord. It's all from the Lord. The Lord controls all things. Here you are saying, "Oh, the Lord is all powerful," but you don't treat him as such. You say, "No, that comes from Satan." No, it didn't. It came from the Lord. All right, the Lord does all things. His hands are in all things. All right. 2 Esdras 15 and 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, Salakia, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Verse 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Satan's holding you back. No, he's not. It's the Lord. The Lord's going to leave you there. All right, Satan's not holding you down and I got him, Lord. You ain't gonna get him. No, the Lord's not gonna deliver you. All right, because you have sinned against him. All right, that's why. All right, and we know sin's only for the Israelites because sin is transgression of the law, and the law was only given to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so Edomites can't sin, but they can do wickedness. All right, sin is transgression of the law. The Edomites and all these other nations aren't under the law. Only the Israelites are, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so being put to death for sin is an Edomite, Salakia. Being put to death for sin is an Israelite thing. All right, because we're the only ones that can sin. All right, Edomites, they're gonna do their thing, which is wickedness in general, and they're gonna be put to death for that as well. All right, but we're the only ones that can transgress the law because we're the only ones to which the law was given. All right. It's like you had to grab a drink there. All right, so now that you've gotten all your feelings and you're crying, here we go. Go ahead and grab a tissue. Ecclesiasticus 39 and 24, it says, and this is why you can't understand it, all right? This is why you never got that. Well, here you go, a 7-year-old girl, oh, Satan. No, it wasn't. And well, I can't understand why the Lord would do. Of course you can't understand why the Lord would do that, all right? This is Ecclesiasticus 39 and 24 through 27, starting with 24. As his ways, whose ways? The Most High's, the Lord's, all right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Let's take a pause there. What is a stumbling block? All right, stumbling block.
Stumbling block.
A circumstance that causes difficulty or hesitation. All right, an impediment, a disadvantage, a restriction, something that's limiting you. All right, you got a cap on your brain. All right, you got a cap. All right, and guess what? It's full. You can't get any further than that. Okay? A stumbling block. All right, something that is holding you back. Okay? A drawback. What does that mean? A feature that renders something less acceptable, a disadvantage, or a problem. Okay? That's your problem. It's a stumbling block to you. You're the wicked. All right? So you're not going to understand his ways. You're not going to understand the Lord's ways. All right, that's why all you wicked Christians, well, the Lord wouldn't do that. It's a stumbling block to you. All right, shut your damn mouth. It's a stumbling block to you. You don't understand. All right, because they're stumbling blocks to the wicked. They're playing into the holy, but they're stumbling blocks in the wicked. And guess what? You fucking Edomite, you're white. All right, and you know, not everybody that's so-called white looking. I myself looks white looking. All right, we go off the spirit. All right, I'm just doing it to antagonize at this point. All right, but hey, you know, you're an Edomite. All right, you're an Edomite, and you hear this word and you buck up. All right, the Lord's not black. And you scream. All right, hey man, you're an Edomite. All right, and you're wicked. All right, you're wicked. All right, you Jakes that are out there smoking Black and Milds and rolling up Philly blunts. All right, and getting with other men's wives. Guess what? It's a stumbling block to you too. All right, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna understand it. It was Jesus Christ and his name. Jake, that don't look good on you. All right, stop using the white man's name. Damn. All right, I think he's white, brother. He looks white. Look at how the white man's doing. Look at how we doing. The Most High must be white. No, not saying that that's ever been said, but it's probably been uttered from some dumbass's mouth. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. All right, you're not gonna get it. All right, it's a stumbling block to you. All right, it's holding you back. The Lord would kill. And you fucking, moving all up and down like a robot with smoke coming out your ears until you just freaking short circuit and fry your ass. All right, you can't get it, man. It's too much. It's too much knowledge for your puny brain cannot handle it. All right, the Lord has not unlocked your brain. All right, you're still on brain version 1.0. All right, over here. All right, you need a firmware upgrade, and you ain't gonna get it. All right, sorry, your model's been discontinued. Verse 25: For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. For the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, and oil, and clothing. All these things are good for the godly, good to the godly, Slakia. For all these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. All right, there you go. So if you're not, first of all, if you're not an Israelite and the Most High is not dealing with you, you're not going to get this truth. You're not going to understand it. You're not going to have any grasp of it. All right, you're going to be in that vocab Malone spirit. All right, still using the same scripture that we've been proven to be using incorrect. You ain't using it right. All right, look up the term again. All right, it can be grafted in the tree again. All right, look up what again means. All right, so using the same 5 handful of scriptures. All right, that are good scriptures, but you're just reading them wrong. All right, you're just reading them wrong. You're interpreting them wrong. All right, so don't come in that vocab Malone spirit. All right, you go, I'm a vast, deep understanding man of the Lord. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You don't understand. You don't understand anything that's going on. All right, it's old news. All right, it's washed up. All right, you're washed up. It's old news. You've already been debunked. All right, there's no reason to continue on with it. All right. So the way is plain to the holy, as so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked, roughly paraphrasing, all right? So the holy are going to get it, the wicked are not going to get it, all right? There's as simple as you can break that down. The holy are going to get it, you're not going to get it. Boom. There you go. This is 2nd Esdras 7 and 20 through 24, all right? This is more so speaking to the Israelites. For there are many that perish in this life because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. For the Most High hath given straight commandment as to what to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised, and denied his covenant, and his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. All right, so that's the state of a lot of Jake. All right, they've been told what to do. All right, that what to do to live, and what not, what not to do. All right, and there's going to be many perish in this life. Why? Because they despise the law of the Lord. Okay, so that's for you Jakes, and these Edomites and the other heathen nations. They're gonna perish regardless. All right, but that's for you Jakes. All right, you Jakes actually have a chance. You could repent. All right, but you're not going to. All right, this is Proverbs 28 and 5. Continuing on, all right, and that scripture before was kind of out of order. It should have been one up. But Proverbs 28 and 5, continuing on, all right, with you wicked people. Proverbs 28 and 5, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Okay? There you go. There you go. And you're evil. So you're not what? You're not going to understand judgment. All right. And that's judgment. When someone dies like that, all right, gets their head whacked off or strangled to death, that's judgment. All right. Those violent deaths, they're judgment. All right. And what those do to us is we look at them and say, well, I don't want no part of that. All right. Makes sure that we keep in our line. All right. And Lord willing, we don't have anything like that happen to us. All right. We're banking on, we're trying to, do the best of our ability to do the right things. All right, we're hoping that we're of the elect. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Okay, so we don't want no part of that judgment. All right, and we don't want to be doing all this wickedness and going off and sinning and doing all this stuff wickedly, willingly. All right, because hey, we see the how terrible the Lord can be. All right, we see the terribleness of the judgment. All right, a woman getting her head whacked off with a machete, or what it was a sword, a katana. All right, or getting her scalp pulled off her goddamn head in a conveyor belt, a TSA. All right. All that type of stuff is terrible, terrible judgment. Guess what? And it keeps us in our line and say, hey, look, that's more so reason why we need to, be doing good, because we don't want to be in part of that. All right? We don't want to be a part of that. We don't want to get shot over mustard, man. All right? We don't want none of that. Okay? So, hey, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Hey, and if you're a heathen, you're not going to get it. You're not going to understand it. There's no way we can help you. There's no way we can break it down for you. We can't. This isn't remedial. All right, we can't do. There's no way we can do it. All right, you're just not going to get it. All right, we can't get it into your head. If the Lord has your brain locked, if you're still on firmware version 1.0, all right, then guess what? You're not going to get it, man. You need a higher firmware version, all right? The update only works on that, all right? And I'm, putting it in goofy terms, but hey, it's true. You're on a different level, all right? And your brain your brain isn't manufactured to understand it, all right? That's why I'm using that example of firmware. You have an old-ass phone from like 12 years ago or 5 years ago. You're not going to be able to be on the latest firmware version, man. You're not going to have the latest update, all right? No matter what you do, there's no way. It's not going to work, man. Your hardware is not capable of running it, all right? Your hardware is not capable of running it. It's the same in this. Your brain, all right, your heathenness, all right, your wicked Jakeness, all right, you're not capable of understanding the knowledge and the truth of the Lord, all right? He's locked your brain down, all right? You're set on a firmware version A, and you're not going to get it, all right? No matter what we do, no matter how we try to break it down, or no matter how many precepts we get, all right? No matter how much we go into the Blue Letter Bible and get the Strong's Greek, no matter how much etymology online we use, or Merriam-Webster, you're not going to get it, all right? No matter what, you're not going to get it, okay? We can't help you in that aspect. All right, the only one that can let you understand and get this truth is the Lord himself. And if he's not dealing with you and letting you get it, there's nothing we can do, all right? There's nothing we can do, okay? Psalms 9 and 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. There we go, all right? You Christians that say, oh, Lord, it's Satan's killing. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the works of his own hands. Higgaion, Selah. There you go. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. All right. Have you not seen what the Lord have done? Did you not hear about the flood? Did you not hear about Sodom and Gomorrah? Did you not see what he did in Egypt? Did you not see any things? Did you not read any of these things? Well, probably haven't, because your person, and I'm not going to say pastor, prophet, reverend, whatever you want to call him, the person that stands up there on the podium in your church doesn't talk about him, all right? Or they do, but they don't give you they read it a little bit and then they don't explain it, all right? Or they tell you this, they'll give you a piece of the pie, but they don't let you finish it, all right? They give you a taste, and they don't understand anything like that. They skip over entire verses, entire chapters, all right? Don't read them, okay? They don't read this one, Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And if they do read it, why did you not understand that? All right, this shows you that Satan isn't the what to do. Oh, you got one out of me, Satan. No, I didn't know you were going to kill him. Oh, dang, snabbit. None of that. What do you take the Lord for? What are you taking the Lord for, all right? You Christians put the Lord on a very weak level, all right? You put him on a very weak level, all right? And that's just blasphemous, all right? That's blasphemous, okay? Say, oh, no, Satan's the one doing it. Why? Because the Lord doesn't have control. You think the Lord, what do you think he is? You're basically saying the Lord's some type of fool, that the Lord, that Satan's sneaking behind him and the Lord didn't see. The Lord sees all things, man. All right, all things. But you Christians are putting him on some low level, all right? And that's wicked. Deuteronomy 32 and 39, see now that I, even I, am he. There is no God with me. There's no other God doing it. There's no God with him. It's just him. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Who kills? The Lord. Who makes alive? The Lord. Who wounds? The Lord. Who heals? The Lord. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. All right? There you go. There you go. All right? And that's going to be plain for the holy, but it's going to be a stumbling block for the wicked. All right? You're not going to get it. Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil, and prepare your brains for this, shall there be evil in a city and the Lord hath not done it? There you go. There you go. Okay? Another verse that, touching on, that it's also good to grab. They're all good verses, of course, all throughout the Bible. Amos 3 and 7, surely the Lord our power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants and prophets. All right, so, hey, there you go. He reveals his secrets unto the servants and prophets. Not you. All right, you're not going to get it. Okay? You're not going to get it. All right? This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 1 through 4 and 5. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, and as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not working in craftiness, not handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, but by manifestation of this truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. Listen close. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. All right? But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. All right, lost. And this is speaking to the Israelites, all right, because it's not going to be revealed at any point in time to you heathens. It's not for you. All right? It's not for you. All right? You're done. All right? You can't come back to the Lord if you are never of the Lord. Okay? So you heathens have no chance. All right? Unless you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, all right? You got no chance, all right? And that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to look like a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. I look white sometimes, depending on the day. Currently, it's in the winter, so I ain't got a tan like that. I could look white. Sometimes I look like an Issacharite, which would be a so-called Latino, all right? A Mexican, for example, all right, is what they would be called in the world, all right? So, and here I am. So that would mean what? That would mean I'm an Israelite, all right? So there you go. Regardless if you don't know your father, or your father didn't know who his father was, so son, we're actually white. If you get this truth, you get this understanding, and you're believing Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I'll tell you right now, guess what? You ain't white, all right? Well, you are white, because white means to be made pure, all right? But you're not, a so-called white person, all right? You're not a Caucasian, as they call themselves, all right? You're an Israelite, all right? And you would end up going back to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans somehow. All right, you're not going to be able to trace your genealogy all the way in this society all the time. All right, sometimes you're going to look it up and say, we go back to England. No, you don't. It turns out that person goes back to your slave owner's name. All right, you don't know. All right, so hey, the only way you can tell is through this truth. All right, through the Spirit. All right, if you're a heathen or not. All right, and if you're getting this truth, you're getting this understanding, and you're praying and hastening after Yahweh Shem Yahushai and waiting for the coming of the Lord, all right, and waiting for this place to be destroyed, and you hate Edomites, all right, and these other nations, and you know that they got to be punished and go into captivity. Hey, guess what? More than likely an Israelite, man. More than likely an Israelite. Well, you are an Israelite, all right. If that's all truly within you, you're an Israelite, all right. But if you hear the name Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and then you start screaming, no, God's a white man. No, you're an Edomite. You're an Edomite, all right? If that happens to you, you're an Edomite, all right? If that happens to you, or if you can't hear the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai without screeching your horns and billows of smoke pouring out your air like a goddamn cartoon character, and you go, you're getting all huff and puffy, you're an Edomite, all right? Or one of the other nations, but if you're getting mad about the so-called black man aspect, hey, you're probably an Edomite, all right? It says, but if our gospel is hid, it is hid to them that are lost. All right. So if you can't get it, it's hid from you. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine upon them. Okay. So what does it say? But whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them. What did he do? He blinded the minds of them which believe not. Your minds have been blinded. All right? You're on firmware version 1.0. Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine upon them. All right? Lest the Lord lets you have this knowledge. All right? Lest he bestows that upon you. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahushai, the Lord, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahushai's sake. There you go. There you go. All right? So only certain people are going to get it. The rest are blinded. All right, and you heathens are not going to get it. All right, and only some of you jakes are going to get it. All right, because some of you jakes are blinded. There's Romans 11:7. Then we're going to close out. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which. Let me restart. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right, so the elect is going to get this true knowledge, this true understanding. All right, this wisdom. All right, this understanding of this truth. All right, and guess what? The rest are going to be blinded. All right, this truth is only for the elect. These scriptures are only for the elect. That's who the Most High is dealing with. All right, is the elect, and we hope to be a part of that number. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. All right, so why do bad things happen to good people? Well, if you're in this truth, that's chastisement. All right, you lose your job or something goes down, that's chastisement. But if it's something like getting your head whacked off with a sword or death or getting strangled to death, that's judgment. That's judgment from the Lord, and that doesn't happen to good people. All right, that happens to people who the Lord has found a fault with. Okay? There's two different types of punishment. There's judgment, and that's being put to death for something that you've done that was wicked, either now or in your past lives. All right? That's why it's important to repent. All right? Or you're in this truth and the Lord's making you go through chastisement, and chastisement isn't going to be your head rolling on the floor. Chastisement, you might lose your job, you might lose your wife, you might be broke, you might not have any food. You know, certain situations like that, you might be going through hells, all right? And what's that? That's to strengthen you, all right? But judgment's to take you out, All right. So, like it says, what then Israel hath not obtained, that what he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right. So if you got this truth, consider yourself blessed. All right. That's Yahweh Shem Yahushai bestowing that upon you. All right. And no one can do that for you except the Lord. All right. But if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. So with that, we're going to close out. Lord, one of the lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. Well, Slakia. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. All right. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. Till the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.